If you were here and watching any of my videos last summer, you know that I was trying to reclaim this pasture that we used to use years ago. Years ago, we used to have a little farm, had a few cows, chickens, goats, all that kind of stuff. And today, I think you guys all call it homesteading. Back then, it was just a hobby farm or a support farm, just things that we did to grow our own foods. All right. Anyway, we gave the farm up 20 years ago or more, and we had all the equipment. We had the tractors, the mowers, the balers, and then because we had the cows, and those cows were confined into a corral and barnyard during the wintertime, we also had a manure spreader. Now, that manure spreader has been parked here since we gave up the farm. And because I want to reclaim this pasture, I want to get this, the manure spreader pulled out of the weeds, out of the grass. And not only that, but I've got this trailer. Now, the trailer is really buried in here. That trailer I built, God, 35, 40 years ago. We used it a lot, and it's all kind of disintegrating into the ground. So someday along the way, I want to pull that out and maybe even do some work on that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull the manure spreader out. And I'm going to pull it out of the weeds. I'm going to pull it out of all this junk. And I'm going to use my John Deere to pull that out. And then I'm going to move it. And when I move it, I'm going to pull it over here in this clear spot. And we're going to put it here. We're going to back it in here. And then from that point, we'll do a quick walk around, quick review, and take a look at what might be involved in restoring this thing. So that's the plan. I'm going to pull this out and going to get it into the clearing, and we can do the walk around. If you guys think in any way that you might enjoy seeing this thing be restored, leave a comment, because I mentioned in an earlier video that I wanted to learn some new skills. Well, we're going to have to do some reconstruction on this thing because there's a lot of rust that's happened to this thing, and we are called Rust to Resurrection. All right, let's get John out and let's get this thing pulled out of the weeds. lot easier than I thought it would. All the tires are still blown up. Who would have thought? Yeah, well, that one's a little soft, but literally this thing has been sitting in the field for 20 some odd years. So we got some stuff to do. So this is the beater bar up here, and that's driven by a chain that comes up and around this wheel. Grease fittings everywhere. Or that's the top beater bar. This is the bottom beater bar. This one is still mostly intact. Simple construction, angle irons, and these beaters on top. I think we can save those beaters. Those look good. This is in really the flinger is still in really good shape, and you can see how that gearing works on that. This engages the drive mechanism, which comes off from this right wheel, and what happens is every time it comes over this cam, it lifts this and advances the conveyor belt one notch. And those are mostly in pretty good shape. I've had to replace those in the past. Galvanized steel. I'm not sure if that galvanized steel is original to this thing or not. A little confusing because it's painted red, but there are yellow components everywhere. So I think this was painted over again. So there's all kinds of yellow. Same on this side panel. This is all yellow, so it's telling me that it may be original as well. Structurally, this thing really looks pretty good. I won't know how this lower angle frame is until we actually get into it. I'm amazed. This thing looks so good for having been in the weeds for so long. The trailer hitch or the tow hitch is bent a little bit. I'm going to have to fix that. All of this still works. All of that engages everything back there, and you can do that from the tractor. This thing spread a lot of shit, guys. 20 years worth of raising those cows, and this thing did its job every year, fertilizing all of these pastures, all of the fields. There's 3 of them all together. And like I said, this is the one we're trying to reclaim this year, or the last couple of 3 years. But anyway, it's pretty good. Pretty awesome, really. The axle is good. The spreader chain is in really good shape. Just needs a new floor. So let me know what you guys think. Is this something you'd be interested in seeing me restore on the channel? Could be a lot of fun. Leave a comment, let me know. So if this does get any traction, we may take some of that other farm equipment and do some restoration work on that as well. Guys, if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. We are trying to grow this to 1,000 subs. Maybe we can even get monetized to pay for some of this stuff. Anyway, guys, I really appreciate you being here, and I will see you in the next video doing something. I don't know, we'll figure it out. All right, love you guys. See you later.